we've been married. This is our 7th-month anniversary today.
Yes,
Isn't that amazing?
It's great.
And I'm going to treat you like any other guest who just got married. I would say, how's married life for you?
I think it's going pretty good.
Are you enjoying being married to me?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I gotta say that was the happiest day of my life. It really was.
Me too.
It really was.
Me too.
Yeah. No, you know, people always ask me if there's anything that she does that's annoying, like around the house, like if she leaves wet towels on the floor, if she's messy. And I got to tell you, she is considerate and kind and wonderful and neat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All of those things.
Thanks.
Really, the most amazing. So what would you say about me?
Thanks a lot.
No pressure.
I would say the same thing.
Really?
Not the neat part.
Oh.
I don't think you're neat, but you're kind and considerate and all those things.
I'm not as neat.
No, you're
right.
not as neat. It's just
No.
not as
No.
important to you.
No, but the only little thing that I had to adjust to was how unbelievably famous you are and how many people love you. And so that was really the only thing for me, being your wife, or especially when we first got together, a lot of people would like to come and tell her, which I don't blame you. I don't blame you guys. If I saw her, I'd tell her the same thing. But we were in Rome in Piazza Navona, and I'd been before, and I was dying to kind of show her this beautiful piazza. And we're walking around, but we got swamped by paparazzi. And she always feels bad for me, which is really sweet. And so she's getting swamped, and I'm standing there kind of alone and not knowing what to do with myself. And this one Australian woman came over to me, and she was very excited, and she said, "Oh, can I please have a picture with you?" And I thought, oh, that's great, and I'm ashamed to admit that I'm kind of excited that she wants her picture taken with me. And Ellen sees me, and she's kind of giving me a wink or something. And we take the picture, and the woman says, afterwards, she says, "I don't know who you are, but my friend said you're really famous, so thanks." And yeah, some people kind of want to throw me a bone, and that was also in Italy. There was a whole table full of American tourists who were very, very excited to see you through the whole dinner. And at the very end, the guy says to me, "Loved LA Law."
We do too. We like it.
And I thought, that was a good show, yeah.
And also, I hear that we're having a baby. Is that true?
I probably should have told you. Yeah, before the tabloids told you. Yeah.
Are we having a baby?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
All right, earlier we asked you a series of questions, and now we're going to see how well you know each other. You're going to get a point every time your answers match. Corey, we're going to go to you to this one. Who initiated your first kiss?
Me, totally me.
For sure. Jamie, what do you say?
Oh, come on.
I did!
All right.
Not even.
Portia, this one's coming to you.
Yes.
If Ellen was reincarnated as a dog, what breed would she be?
Right, I
And
hold
what
my
do you
card up.
say? You said a mutt. Ellen, what did you say?
You love mutts.
I do love, but I thought you'd say
A yellow lab.
But I do love
What kind of mutt would she be?
I did say though that she would be a yellow lab mix.
That is
I
true.
did.
Did she?
Yes.
Half a point.
Gosh. We're not doing very well.
All right, Jamie, over to you. What is one item of clothing that Corey wears that you just can't stand? Jamie, what do you think it is?
Careful.
I think it's one particular pair of holy underwear.
Let's see, is that what you said earlier? Hold it up. Hold up your card. All right, does it match? Corey, what'd you say? Your gym shorts.
All the time.
All right. 0 points over there. Ellen, we're coming back to you. How old do you think Portia was when she had her first kiss?
Oh, I love you.
We know that. What'd you say?
Uh-oh.
I just think,
7.
I don't know.
Portia.
I don't know. Just joking around kind of
14.
thing.
Double that.
Double that.
That's all right.
7.
All right, now it wouldn't be the Newlywed Game if we didn't talk about Whoopi. Now, Portia, this is for you. What is Ellen's favorite Whoopi Goldberg movie?
Well, this was a tough one, but
I know, you thought a long
went
time.
with The Color Purple.
Great movie, of course. Ellen?
And right after I said this one, I thought of that one, and I wish I would have said that one. But
Damn.
what came to my mind first was Ghost.
Of course.
Of course, you know.
Both great movies. All right, Corey. What does Jamie do that's really irritating?
Constantly plucking her eyebrows.
Plucking her eyebrows for hours. They look good to me. Jamie, what did you think it was going to be?
Complaining about my weight.
Hold it up. That's right. All right. No match yet. That's all right. We're not done yet. All right, Ellen and Portia. What's the best gift your spouse has ever given you? Portia?
The best gift she's ever given me? I would say, what did I say?
Hold it up.
Heart.
Love. That's right. And Ellen? What's the best gift Portia's ever given you?
I said her
Nice.
heart.
Perfect.
We're back with Kate McKinnon, and so I read this today, and I can't believe that you've been on SNL 10 years. Does it feel like 10 years for you?
God, thanks. It feels like I don't remember a single detail of my life before it, and also nothing has changed. And it's just been the most outrageous journey. I mean, it was the only thing I wanted to do with my life, and I got to do it, and that's the most.
You're fantastic on it. I mean, you do so many different characters. What is the favorite? What's your favorite that you've done?
What are people laughing at?
Oh,
okay,
all the
got
pictures.
it. Yeah, got it. Ultimately, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but also, and you.
Oh, yes. Well, but you get to do the little dance move when you do her.
Yeah, but I got to dance more as doing you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
That was so flattering because that's how I didn't know you. But
Yeah.
I saw you doing me, and I was flattered by it.
Oh my gosh. So I did it on the show on SNL, and then she called me. Imagine me. I'm from Long Island. This is my idol. And then she calls me on the phone, and I'm like in the hallway at work, and I'm like, yes, Ms. DeGeneres. I'm a fan, and thank you so much. Yes, I hope it's okay that I did that. And well, thank you. And then you invited me on the show, and I was like, oh my God. And then I was so weird. It doesn't get much better than this, folks. That's what you get. But I was so nervous and weird, and that was so amazing that you called me and invited me, and then everything you've done for me since and before and blah blah blah.
You're awesome. You're absolutely hilarious with everything that you do. And I learned also today that that somehow I influenced you to start dancing. You didn't dance before?
I refused to dance. I thought, no, I'm too strange. I can't. They'll laugh. They'll all laugh at me. And then I saw you dancing, and you dance funny and also like cool and like hot and stuff, and like, but it's like also cool and hot, and it's both, and like that really influenced my dancing, like moving forward in my life.
I just think that's amazing that you didn't dance before that. So I'm glad that you're dancing now.
Well, thank you. I mean, you helped with a lot of stuff.
Well, thanks. I know your story when you were telling me how you realized you were gay is hilarious. That you told at the Golden Globes, but very funny. It's too long to tell now. Okay. What is because this is your last time here, we're going to play a game in a minute. You're not going anywhere, but what is your favorite memory from this show?
My favorite memory from this show is maybe right now. I wanted to actually, and by way of thanking you, I wanted to read you a letter that I would have written to you when I was 13. Okay.
Wow.
Dear Mrs. DeGeneres, my name is Kate. I'm from Long Island. It's come to my attention that I am gay as hell. No one else is gay for 200,000 miles, so it's nice to know that you exist. I bet if I ever met you, I would act so weird, so I hope I never do. Thank you for being so funny and such an inspiration and making me feel less alone. P.S. My iguana isn't eating. What do I do?
Well, Shelley, I can't tell you, I am one of those people who can completely understand how you have felt in the past and how you must feel right now, but I'm really proud of you because it's a hard thing to do. When you're in this business and your livelihood depends on people liking you, you're so careful of something like that that you think they'll just turn on you. So I'm really proud of you. That was a brave thing to do.
Thank you very
Really
much.
was. And I know you had some help. I heard that I'm really proud of my mother. My mother wrote. I'll give her a plug right now. It's been around for a long time, but she wrote a book called Love, Ellen, and I understand you gave this to your dad to help him understand.
I did. I did, actually.
Yeah.
I love this book. Shortly after I came out to my father, first of all, I'm freaking out that I'm on your show. I am such a fan. You've inspired my life in so many ways. I think you're so funny, of course, like we all do. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, your comedy, of course, but when you came out, it inspired me, but it also terrified me.
Yeah, I bet.
And I was watching the episode of your television show when you came out, oddly enough, with my father. I went home for a funeral, and I was watching it with my sister and my father, both of who did not know at the time that I was gay. And you may not want to hear this part, but I'm going to tell you.
Okay. No, I want to hear what happened.
My father, the minute you came out, he reached for the remote control, and he flipped the TV off, and he said, "That's disgusting." And it sent me into a spiral.
I bet.
And I made that promise again, recommitted myself to never again tell anyone in my family or in the record by in public that I was gay, that I am gay.
Yeah.
And of course, I found myself in a very precarious situation where my father and I were growing apart, and I had to tell my father because my life with him was becoming very detached, and I had to tell him. I wanted to tell him. And the minute I did tell him, there's a picture. That's actually the night I did tell him. Now, I want you to look at that water bottle. That looks like a water bottle, but in the bottom of the water bottle, that's chewing tobacco. He came up on stage the night after I told him, right before that show, and he addressed the crowd. That was his hometown of El Dorado Springs, Missouri. And he said, "I'm so glad you guys came out to see my daughter. I'm really proud of her. Now, kid, get back to singing." But shortly after I told him that I am gay, he came to my house, and I said, "Dad, I want you to read a book." And I had read your mother's book, and I was fearful that I would never have a parent like your mother. And my dad is the biggest advocate, and my dad has amazed me, and my dad is walking in the footsteps of Betty DeGeneres.
Wow. Wow. You know, I think I hear the story. Obviously, it happened 12 years ago. A lot of people sat down with their parents to watch that night, hoping that that would be a beginning of a conversation, hoping that they would get the positive response instead of the response that you got, which is "that's disgusting," and turn the TV off. And but I think a lot of parents just need to understand if the kid is sitting down with you, they're trying to tell you something, and they're trying to be a part of your life and trying to hopefully be loved unconditionally, which is what everyone asks for, is just to be loved unconditionally. That's what you want as a person, not just a child, but as a person. But I'm really, so why did you call it Like Me? What's that mean?
I called my book Like Me because the day that I decided to come out, Ellen, was the day that I was halfway in the middle of making my record, Lifted Off the Ground, with my amazing producer, Rodney Crowell. And he didn't know that I was gay. Can you imagine making a record with someone who doesn't know your innermost secret? And I finally had to confide in him that I am gay. And I said, Rodney, there's one song I've been holding back from you, and I believe it's the musical centerpiece of all of these songs that we've been working on. And I held it back from him because it's clear in this song that it's about me in a relationship with a woman. He said, play it for me. And I said, no, I'll email it to you, so go home. And I went down to my computer, emailed it to him, and it's called Like Me. After I emailed it, I opened a Word document, and I wrote the title page of my book, and that's the day I started my book. And I thought that the best title for my book was Like Me for a couple of reasons. Because of that song, and because my entire childhood, I searched my entire town of Wellsville, Kansas, for anybody who was like me, and I couldn't find anyone.
It's a scary place to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it's, I think that's why it's important for people that have this platform to be a representative, because there are lots of people like you out there. People who feel like there's nobody else like you. There's lots of people. And the more that it's hidden, the more that everybody says it's nobody's business, nobody needs to know about it. It's because there are kids out there getting bullied at school and getting killed.
Yeah.
So it's important to people that they know that there are other people like them. So it's a good name.
And I felt, you know, I've been making country records. I've just released my 7th record, and country music fans, I don't know if there are any country fans in the audience. But by all measure, they do like me. And they've given me hit records, and they've given me awards and nominations. And I felt that it's really wrong of me to let them assume for one more minute that I am not gay. Mm-hmm. Because I know that there is a 14-year-old girl or a 15-year-old boy sitting in his bedroom feeling like an alien in some little, you know, I know there has been so much progress made, thanks to you, thanks to people who have stepped forward in tougher situations than mine. But there's a reason no country artists are coming out. And I can't, it felt criminal to allow people to not know my entire truth. I am the girl you always thought I was, but I happen to be a lesbian as well, and I always have been.
Good for you. You're paying attention to all the politics, all the propositions, everything.
Yeah, man. You know, and here in California, the one that's important to me is Prop 8, and you know. And what broke my heart, you know, I'm watching the news, and there were, you know, like a lot of the black churches got together, and they were rallying, you know, they're for Prop 8. I'm like, come on, it's discrimination. I mean, discrimination is discrimination, and of all people, black people should know discrimination. And you gonna vote to get discrimination in the Constitution? That's, I mean, that's... And I know, African Americans, you know, they get upset. It's like, wait, black and gay, that's totally different things. Oh, you know, we had it hard. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm black. I know. I get it. You know, but there's things that gay people have to go through that black people didn't have to go through. Mm-hmm. I never had to come out black.
No.
Never had to sit my family down and tell them about my blackness. Have a little talk with my employer, let them know about my black lifestyle. Mom, Dad, I gotta tell you something. Hope you still love me. I'm black. You know, and then my mother like, oh, not black, Lord, anything but black, Jesus. Anything but black. What did I do? What did I do? It was Soul Train. Well, I shouldn't have let you watch Soul Train. No, I just feel like, I mean, that's just me. I was born black. You weren't born black. The Bible says Adam and Eve. It doesn't say Adam and Mary J. Blige.
Yes, I have watched 4,550 people come out on this stage, and I just got to have that moment, and I am so happy right
Well,
now.
I'm so happy too.
I just get to sit on the little white couch. I should have put my feet on it.
You can do whatever you want to sit like that. I
I'm
don't
just
care.
really happy to be here right
You
now.
can sit however you want. I'm happy to have you here.
Thank
This
you.
is a big deal. You're here. You were born the same year that we started our show.
That's wild.
Yeah, you probably don't remember the first episode.
No, that's me as a little baby. No, I don't remember the first episode, but I do remember watching everything on Ellen. I love all the little kids. I could name them all: little Brielle, little Emma, Noah, Macy, all the little kids that have been on the show. Oh, #1 fan.
Yeah.
Like, have watched every single video, love all of them so much. All the games, oh my gosh, the ones where you drop the people. The one, oh my gosh, You Bet Your Wife, one of my favorites, so great.
Mine too. Mine too. But you are, I have to say, what a brave person you are, and congratulations for coming out this year. You have a lot of young fans. You've made such a difference.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's huge that you did that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I mean, you have so much support. You're known, I mean, you're 18 years old and you're known as a gay icon. And do you take that on, or how do you feel about that label?
It's wild to me, I think, because I look at people who are called gay icons, you, Lady Gaga, Freddie Mercury, my favorite people, and to be in that category at 18 is just insane, and it's just because of who I am. It feels amazing. A lot of people have told me, that I'm a gay icon already, which is wild. But one thing that actually just happened a few days ago is I was explaining to my dancers that are going to be coming on tour with me, I was explaining to them what my concert was like. And I was like, think of it as like 4-year-olds and gay 19-year-olds. It's like Kids Bop meets Pride Fest. That's my concert, literally. Kids Bop meets Pride Fest.
It's amazing because also this was and it really is. It's not a small thing to be that brave, and it's getting easier in the world. But it's a big thing for someone in this business to say, I don't care if there's going to be repercussions. I don't care what this is. This is who I am,
Totally.
and this is what I stand for. So it's a big deal.
Thank you.
But anyway, and then you do Dancing with the Stars, and I think people thought it was their idea, but it was your idea to have a same-sex partner.
Yes, so obviously it's never been done before. There's never been a same-sex couple on the show. And immediately when I got the email to do it, I was like, oh, awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have to dance with a dude. That's gonna be weird. But I was down. But then, after talking for a minute, there was an option to dance with a female. And immediately, without thinking twice, I was like, this is what's right for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am so happy with the outcome of me coming out. The world has taken it so positively, and it's impacted so many young kids in such a way that hearing adults say, I wish I had someone like you when I was little, that makes me know that the kids that are little have someone like me too.
Exactly.
And so doing this, being partnered with another female on the show, it just shows all the little kids watching, like, oh, cool, boy, cool. Okay, cool, boy, girl. Okay, cool, boy, girl. Wait, a girl, girl? That's cool, too. It just makes it more normal and not so stereotypical.
Yeah, and I think it helps. I think the most important thing, parents are fearful for their kids that they're going to get bullied, they're going to get picked on, whatever, and that's ultimately the fear.
Totally.
And when they see that we can be successful and happy and productive in the world, I think it helps parents go, okay, whatever makes them happy.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your new show it's starting today, right?
It's starting today. Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution. I am so excited about it. It's streaming on Peacock. My mom and I are making the world's next girl group phenomenon. And we have these amazing kids on the show. Some of them, unfortunately, go home. It's a process to get down to the girl group. But I do all their choreography and all their creative directing on the show. So I produce all the numbers that you see. And I mean, the kids are just so talented. 11 of them to start. They are the most talented dancers, singers, hard workers. I mean, I could go on and on talking about how much I love these kids, like they're all my little sisters.
But it's a great idea. I love that you're doing that.
It's
And it's you and your mom.
unreal. And it's my mom and I. We get to do it all again. It's awesome.
That's so great. So
Yes.
you married your partner, Jane, how long ago? 5 years ago?
Well,
You've been together 50 years, so
Yeah.
you waited a long time to get married.
we did.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
it wasn't allowed, you know.
Well, it's been allowed for 10 years because I've been married 10 years. So,
Not 10 years.
yeah, we've been together 15 and married 10. We got married right when it was legal.
Well,
but
we're like
You
a
waited.
little sluggard.
Yeah, right. So you've been together 50 years, and will she surprise you with a does she know you well enough to
Does she know
not surprise you or surprise you?
After 50. No, I like it. I would like a surprise. I would like a surprise if I didn't have to have anything to do with the choices.
Yeah. All right. Well, then good. Maybe somebody will surprise you.
Like when you planned your things, anything you planned, did you plan them?
No.
No, good.
No.
Did Portia?
Portia did.
Portia did.
Yeah. The last one, the big one. That she planned that whole thing. What's going on, Jane?
I'm just thinking.
I see. So, Lily, I was talking about the Time magazine, and I heard that Time magazine approached you in 1975 to come out and put you on the cover of Time magazine.
Right.
So, and first of all, how they know you were gay, and then second of all, well, I don't know. And then why did you
Well,
say
I
no?
found out they'd wired my bedroom.
I see.
I just want to warn all of you, be careful with those Macs.
The Max?
The Mac, you know, a Macintosh. Isn't that what they were in those days?
Yes.
Anyway, no, they did. Pat Kingsley called me, who was my publicist. Oh, God, I love her. She told me that Time would give me the cover if I would come out. It was a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
And so I fell down on the side of probably, after what you went through, probably good sense. But, and my God, all that time passed, but, so I decided that I just wasn't gonna play their game.
Yeah.
And,
You weren't ready. You didn't want to do it yet.
no, well, and I wanted to be acknowledged for my performance.
Right, sure.
But I can see in retrospect that was hardly worth it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what happened.
All right.
Anyway, and
Yeah.
they got a nice service person.
Yeah.
Like from the Army or
Yeah.
something to be on the cover.
Hi, Jane. That's your niece, you
My
said?
niece is over here.
Oh, over
It's
here.
Megan. Right over there, the pretty
Hi,
one.
niece. How are you? Oh, good. Good to see you. Yeah, well, so finally you're on.
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy. Thank you for having
We've
me.
run into each other through the years.
Yes.
And you have always been a very successful person and really hilarious projects. I mean, everything you've done has been hilarious, but this is crazy success right now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's been mad. It's been just insane and off the charts, and I'm having such a good time. I love everybody I'm working with, and I love everything that's written for us, and yeah, it's a pretty
Did
good time.
you know right away going in? I mean, Ryan Murphy, you pretty much kind of know, right? And it's a great script, but
Yeah.
did you feel it's a great character too?
It is. It's a wonderful character, and she wasn't in the original script. They kind of wrote her in late. I was doing another pilot, and so I could only do it as a guest star. So, but everything worked out where I got to be a regular. But
Right.
yeah.
And he knew you from a commercial that you had done with
No,
him?
I did Popular.
Right.
Do you remember Popular? It was about 10 years ago now.
Uh-huh.
And that was his first show.
Right.
I did an episode with him about 10 years ago, and I'd run into him every now and again, and he handed me this baby.
It's a good baby to be handed.
Indeed, indeed.
And then you hand him an Emmy. You win an Emmy and bring the show. That's congratulations on the Emmy.
Thank you so much.
That's
Oh,
really
girl, thank you.
That's a tough category too. That was up against.
Oh yeah, there were great people. Great
Yeah.
people in that category. I was humbled by the company.
Yeah. Because it's one thing if you win an Emmy and you don't really have competition, and you know, as actors, you're all we're insecure and we go, oh well, I didn't have competition. That was that's amazing. That
Yeah,
was
there were
a
great
great
people.
group of people.
I was nominated with, and you know, I know it sounds cliche, but truly, the honor is being nominated, and the honor is just being an actor and working with other actors. And
Yeah.
It was really great to take home the statue, and
Yeah.
I like having it.
Right.
I'm not going to hand it back
Right.
or share share it with anybody.
Right.
But yeah, it's just great to be in that company.
And so now you're on just about every cover of every single magazine now that you can imagine. Rolling Stone, that's cool.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like-
neat, huh?
And,
Yeah.
And at this stage of your life, I mean, you're everything. You got married.
Yes.
You congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you very much. Yeah.
you have so many good things going on.
I know. I'm afraid something terrible is going to happen to me. Yeah, it's been an insane year. Just great.
Right. And you're working with all these kids on Glee.
Yes.
And is that? Do you hang out with them?
Not at all.
No.
No, I
How old
don't
are-
have much to
how
do
old
with
are
them.
they?
They're like in early 20s. My niece Megan hangs out with them. She's become friends with them. But no, they're off doing their Twittering and their Facebooking and their Skyping and whatnot. And I'm kind of lost back in the 80s still. I'm on pause in the 80s.
What do you do if you're not hanging out with them on the set?
I just go to a nice soft cotton place usually and just glad I have a job.
Right. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be back. One more surprise for Jane after this. Have you been confused as me before?
Yes, I love your stand-up and I love your show.
Oh, really? People have done that to you?
Especially the stand-up. Yep.
And do you take credit for it?
Always.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. I saw you years ago in Chicago and you told a story about following somebody home from a grocery store.
Yes.
And made it sound like the most normal thing in the world. It was hilarious.
Oh, thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
forgot about that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Like the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, that was like when I first started.
Yeah, yeah. You had a cute
How
little
did it go?
haircut.
What
You
did
were
I do?
awesome. You were great. You killed. You
Yeah.
absolutely killed. You were outside at like, oh God, where were we? Some big park in Chicago.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like 80, 87.
And it was like Robert Klein was at that performance too, right?
Probably. 'cause it
Sorry,
was-
I'm just remembering that whole thing.
And Mike Myers actually did some Wayne's World stuff before it was really big. He like opened for you.
He didn't
He
open.
did.
No,
he did.
didn't
You were
open.
after him. Yes, indeed. This is before Mike Myers was big.
God, I was big.
You were huge.
I forgot about that life.
Yeah, you're great.
Now, and were you working there? You're from there?
I'm from Chicago. I was at Second City at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you worked early on, were you open? Were you closeted?
Oh, it was probably more, not so much in my career, but I was more closeted in my life when I was younger. By the time, I started to do work where people knew who I was, I just never made the choice to hide, that I was gay. I kind of just, by the time you get to be our age, Ellen, there are no big deals anymore.
Right,
But I
right.
used to lay in bed and go,
No, but-
how will I come out or won't I come out?
Well, you say that, but there are a
Yeah.
lot of people that still are in this
It's a big
business that
deal.
are scared to death to do
Yeah.
that because they would think that it would hurt their career, and your career is bigger than ever, and it hasn't hurt you at all.
No,
so
and that's not just because you're sitting with me, but that's because of people like you. You were at the height of your fame and you came out, and that just blazed the trail for me. It really did. It made it so much easier for me what you did.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're welcome. I say it all the time. I'm not as courageous as it seems.
Right. Well, people.
Well, here, no, let me make another point. I think, and this isn't great news, but it's because I'm a character actor, I think. Like if Julia Roberts were gay, I think it would be harder, because she's an ingenue. She's,
Right.
you want to project your hopes and dreams for love on like Brad Pitt. And,
Right.
dating myself here, like 90s stars. And not that he isn't a huge star now,
Right.
but I mean, he's not
Right.
in his prime in the 90s.
So you're saying Julia Roberts is gay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right here on this show. She won't admit it, but I'm here to tell you she's gay. Julia Roberts is gay. You're welcome, Julia.
She needed the push.
Yeah, she did. And that's the push she needed, and now she can join us.
That's great that you helped her come out. I hope it doesn't hurt her career.
At this point, no.
Aw, here you are.
Oh, here we are.
You were on my first season, and you've been in between, and now you're on my last season.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Look at what you did.
Look what we did.
Look what you
Look
did.
what both of us did. Look what we accomplished. We've known each other for a long time.
Over 30 years.
Yeah, crazy.
A long time. Yeah, I remember when you were just a wee little thing, and
Yeah.
you were wanting. You always had this dream, and I've just loved seeing you. These last 2 decades, really, not just doing it for you, but for all of us. You really brought us all up.
Thank you. Well, I used to follow you around at every. I don't know.
Literally, she followed me
I
around.
really did.
Absolutely.
I saw I don't know how many concerts I've seen of yours, but if you have not seen her in concert, that's me and you and Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And
yes, we had some. That was back when we had time. Remember? No, we just don't have time anymore.
Yeah, we used to hang out all the time.
All
a
the
whole
time.
big group of us. Katie Lang.
It was crazy. Katie Lang, Rosie, you, I, Brad
Brad Pitt.
Pitt. Benjamin Bratt, Megan Mullally, Dermot and Catherine, and oh God, just so many, just really fun
back
young
when we had
Hollywood
time.
folks.
Yeah, and then you were the brave one to come out first, so good for you.
You know,
Yeah.
rock stars. Us rock stars, we can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
And then you kind of would, every time we'd meet up after I came out, you'd say, yeah, I'm going to do that one of these days. I just need, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And I
But you
worked on
did.
it.
You did.
I
And
did it.
boy, did you come out.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Bam. Speaking of that, so this April, it's so weird that coinciding with the ending of this show is the 25th anniversary of my coming out episode on my sitcom, which you were a part of. And we have a clip of, I think this is the very end of the show. We
Yeah,
have
it was the credits.
Yeah, I think.
It's really, because the whole joke was the...
Yeah, that I'd get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joseph. You have no idea. 25 years later, I still get people going, "Where's my toaster? Where's my?" Like I'm supposed to give toasters out because they're gay.
Yeah, I know. What do you remember about that, though?
Oh my gosh, I just remember it was all hush hush for one. It was like you can't tell anybody, you can't tell anybody. And then going to the show, I remember one, you gave me the most fabulous trailer to sit in, but everyone was there, and it was such a huge. I mean, Oprah. Demi, everybody was involved in this because it was a big cultural experience. This had never happened on television.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool to be part of it.
Yeah, there was like an electric feeling in that room. It was really great. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, how are you?
Miranda.
Miranda.
It sounds fancier.
Many people think it's Miranda, but you got it correct.
Finally.
It's Miranda.
It's Miranda.
It's Miranda.
It sounded very British that way,
Yes,
Miranda.
Miranda.
Sometimes I have no idea what's happening to me.
And you should roll the R too a little bit.
Miranda.
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 It's Spanish, actually.
Yeah. See, one more season, we would have found that out probably.
Yeah, they never
stopped
got
just
around to
short of
that. Yeah.
Congratulations on the Emmy
Thank
for
you.
Sex and the City.
Thank
It's the
you.
last time I saw you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember this exchange that we had at the Emmys? I had just, they gather everybody who's won up onto stage and you sort of dance or whatever at the end. And then I was so surprised to have won. I was just in a daze and I was walking right off stage and you were there. And you said, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, "Thank you." And you, trying to make me feel better, said, "Congratulations." And I said, "I'm fine."
It was just a little delay. You were probably answering someone else's question from earlier on.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. See,
Yeah.
I just probably switched them up and it all made sense in my head.
Right.
And let me ask you this. I don't know why I'm never invited to these parties. Not that I know her, but it was Sarah Jessica Parker's birthday party recently.
Yes, it was.
It was a big birthday party.
It was a very big deal.
Now, really, how many people were there about?
I don't know, maybe 100, 150 or something, but it was really amazing. And there were violinists that, followed you around and...
That's annoying.
Yeah. It was really kind of amazing. There was waltzing, and then there was boogieing, and it was extraordinary.
Wow. And it doesn't seem like you go out that much anyway, because you have kids, and it seems like that would be a big thing. How old are your kids?
2 and 8. My little boy is 2, and he's starting to talk up a storm, and he has one main topic of conversation, which are trucks.
That's like that little boy I was just talking to. That's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's his, he goes truck, fire truck, tow truck, excavator, concrete mixer. He just,
So there's nothing in between those words? It's just truck?
Yeah, that's his version of hi, how are you? Yeah.
So basically,
you could watch any kind of a movie with him, and there could be the most incredible dramatic scene going on, and if the people are in a car, he just says car.
So he's really fascinated by a vehicle.
Wheels. All kinds of, even roller skates through him or trucks. I think the wheel is the salient feature.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that means something. I mean, I would assume that it means he could grow up doing something with that.
Well, he's also extremely tidy. he sometimes in the playground, if he finds litter, he'll go and put it in the garbage. So I think he could go up and be a garbage man.
yes.
You know? And he would have the truck, and he would have the cleaning up the world, and I think
he's set.
he would be happy.
You already know what he's going to
And they
be.
get pretty well paid, I think, too.
They
So,
do. They
yeah.
make good money.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
better for doing that. They
Yeah.
should make a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You don't have to worry about what your kid's going to grow up and
Don't
do.
have to pay for college or anything.
No. Honey, this is what you... Let me show you footage.
This is what you were born to do.
Yeah, don't question it.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to be a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we have to take a break. We come back. Kenneth was on the show yesterday.
I heard he had a very nice time.
Yeah, and you play Eleanor Roosevelt, and I
do.
know that you have had to wear teeth
Yes.
that we both are going to wear when we come back because it's harder to speak that way.
Yes.
I would assume. So we will be back after this. It looks great playing Eleanor Roosevelt, and you really are funny. I mean, just that
Yes.
timing is really.
Yeah. Yes.
And now tell me about your character. How was that playing Eleanor Roosevelt?
Very intimidating. She's larger than life person. She's beloved by so many people, and there's an enormous amount of research and footage, and she's also she was 6 feet tall, and I don't look incredibly like her.
Right.
So the teeth are very important. The teeth really
so tell me,
help.
because she wore wooden teeth? Is that what you? Is that right?
No. She had very pronounced buck teeth.
Right.
That were a kind of a important feature.
Well, these aren't really. Is that what these are supposed to be? This isn't what you wore.
That's kind of a low rent version of what I wore.
That's what we can afford, Cynthia. All right, so we put these in, and then.
Oh, that's really good.
Well,
but then you have to speak very high.
all right, then why don't you tell me about the movie?
I play Eleanor Roosevelt.
Your gums are outside of your lips.
What?
So you shot. It's called Warm Springs.
Warm Springs.
Warm Springs.
Warm Springs.
Which is a warm what? Is it
You
better?
can try them down here.
So, Warm Springs, that sounds sort of like a hot tub almost, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a therapeutic treatment.
It is. And people go because because he had polio, so he went to sit in the hot springs called Warm Springs.
Try to learn to walk again.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And so, but couldn't someone get the same kind of therapy sitting in a hot tub, or what do you call those things that are in the not a hot tub, but
a whirlpool.
No. No, not a whirlpool. It's like a whirlpool and like a hot tub. It's in a swimming.
It had natural mineral deposits. It's very helpful.
I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about a thing that sits in a. I hope someone's just turning the show on.
I've come a long way from Sex in the City, don't you think?
She's let herself go since Sex in the City. The thing that you know what I'm talking about. You can sit in it and it's very therapeutic. It's like in a pool, but it's a hot tub, but like a, with the jets and everything.
A whirlpool.
No!
Saliva's a bit of a problem sometimes, it's true.
It's like a whirlpool, but a fancier name. It has a name with a J.
A jacuzzi!
What have they won? Hi, Lily.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi. I'm sorry, I'm a little messy today, but I am so happy that you're here today on
I'm
the show.
so proud to be here with you.
Well, I'm proud to be here with you because, yep, you're gay too.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, how was it for you? Because when you say, it's one thing to know you're gay or to feel you're gay, but when you tell someone and that comes out of your mouth, do you remember the first time you told someone you were gay?
I was trying to think. I think it was in a bar in college, and I had a girlfriend that I just thought was the end of the world, and so I was sitting in a bar and I said to somebody, "I'm gay." Well, I mean, I thought it was a great thing to announce.
Uh-huh. You did.
But it wasn't so great at that time. It was like,
Sure.
late 60s.
Yeah. Well, you were working then, right? What were
No,
you
I
doing?
didn't start working until the last show of '69 on Laugh-In.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I assumed you were on Laugh-In the whole time.
No, I came in the third year.
Wow. And so you were conscious that everyone you worked with knew you were gay, or no? Were you hiding it?
Well, yeah, I didn't hide it. I couldn't bear that, but I didn't volunteer it.
Mm-hmm.
But people gradually knew.
Right. And how long have you been with Jane?
51 years in March. That's so funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so envious of that. That's so great to have that amount of time with someone.
It really is. I can't believe it's that long. It just seems like a couple of years or something.
Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, no, I know. It's wonderful.
And y'all it seems like you're different, but this thing you have in common is the last time I was Zooming, you were on the show, you were Zooming, and you both seem to buy a lot of stuff. like weird stuff.
Well, the most recent thing we've bought, and we each bought it separately.
Wait, you both bought what?
A weighted blanket.
You separately bought it?
Yeah, and the same one. It's like, and it's a army green. It's terrible. Anyway, so, in fact, I see here. Oh my God, it's really weighted. This is it.
It's a weighted blanket.
It's a weighted blanket.
And still in the box because you have another one. Do you use the things?
No, I never used it because, see, Fonda told me that she said, "Oh, I had the best night's sleep. I have a weighted blanket, and it's so great." And I called Jane. I said, "We got to get weighted blankets. That'll be something super to really sleep." And so then I learned, then I bought one and Jane bought one at the same time, and we got both blankets delivered to the house. And so then I looked up on the internet what people said about owning one, and it was just outrageous. It was the things like, Linda says the blanket was obviously restricting my body's ability to digest food at night. And okay, I was just reading a couple. Sure, I got the weighted blanket. I've had knee and lower back pain. Now I'm under the care of 2 doctors. It's good to know that this was the probable cause. The weighted blanket made half my body fall asleep, and I was in such a deep sleep that I did not wake up. I'm sorry, I'm so tickled. I did not wake up in time. I woke up feeling paralyzed on half my body.
Wow, not good reviews. Well, we don't know. Those are those people, but it does seem constricting. Does anyone sleep with a weighted blanket? A bunch of people do.
Happily?
Yeah. Well, someone gave me the weighted eye mask because it's supposed to, but I tried it, and to me that was way too heavy.
Well, you can't move around.
No, as soon as you move, yeah.
It doesn't go around your head?
No.
Just lays there.
It lays there, so you have to sleep like that the whole night, which who does, So you're doing a movie, this with Tom Brady. Good for you, doing a movie with Tom Brady.
Well, not just me.
No, I know.
I'm in it. Fonda's in it. Jane Fonda's in it. Sally Field and Rita Moreno.
And Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Well, we start shooting on sometime in about 10 days, and it's real nerve-wracking, you know, because when you start a movie, you don't know what's going to happen. But I know that I just think all these women, we will have a lot of fun.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
And you're now Grace and Frankie is ending, but you'll be able to still be with Jane, or Fonda, as you call her.
I say Fonda because my partner's name is Jane.
Right, that makes sense.
And it's...
You have to separate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Cheers. So, did you do your normal trip to France over the summer? I have not seen you since then.
Yes, of course. We went to Cap Ferret. It's in the Bordeaux region. It was beautiful. And I found something out about the French people because it was Bastille Day. And, well, actually another reason why to not like them, basically. Bastille Day, so the house we were renting, the people told us, look, there's a big pan out there, and you can make a fire on the beach and, you know, just have fun, right? So Bastille Day, we did it. It's out there, fire on the beach. Some guy comes up, you know, French guy, and he started speaking French to my relatives, and all of a sudden, they start putting my fire out. I'm like, hey, you know, I just found some marshmallows, which is hard to do in France. And I'm ready to roast marshmallows with the kids, and they put my fire. I was like, what's going on? And my wife was like, well, the man, he said that you can't have the fire on the beach, and so you put the fire out. He said he's with the gendarme, which is their, you know, security guards, basically, like their policemen. And I'm like, what? I said, the man, he had on shorts and a T-shirt. That wasn't a cop or anything. Well, he said he was a cop, so... I said, so you just let anybody walk up and say something and you listen to them? And they were like, well... And I'm like, well, we don't do that in the U.S. You got to have a gun, a taser, some pepper spray, something, a badge, show us something. I said, but you guys just let anybody walk up. And they were like... My mother-in-law looked at me and was like, she makes a good point. And I said, well, now I see how Hitler did it. Now I get it. He just walked right into France and like, look, this is what we got to do. And they went, okay.
So Alex is more of a pushover. You're tougher than Alex.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Yes, because she's not here.
Yeah, well, smart answer. So you're about to celebrate your 6th wedding anniversary?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. October 25th. Alex calls it the day that we got married. I call it the day that Alex hit the lottery.
I'm sure she feels that way. I'm sure she does. And the twins are good?
Twins are great.
They're what,
twins are
5?
Great. They're 5 now. And, but I had to tell you, it's still getting some, you know, trying to get used to having these, you know, kids, because white kids, you know. Okay, like here, in the middle of the night, they always like to come to our bed. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there is nothing scarier than waking up in the middle of the night and seeing 2 little white kids standing at the foot of your bed. It's creepy. It scares the hell out of me. I wake up and then they are like, ah!
They wake up together and walk in
They wake
together?
up and they just stand there at the foot of the bed. You know, Lucas has that big head and it's like glowing and he's a... Scares the hell out of me. I peed the bed twice doing that. Just like, ah! It's my kids.
They're
it's my
adorable.
Kids.
I bet they're adorable.
Yeah.
And who is the cook in the? Are either of you cooks in the family?
Both of us cook. They prefer it when I cook because you know I like to cook, and when I cook, you can taste that how much heart and effort that I put into the food. You know, it tastes good. But when Alex cooks. It's like you taste her food and it tastes like out of necessity, you know. It's like you eat her food and you go, well, gotta eat. Gotta eat.
You know, I hate to even bring this up because we're both huge New Orleans Saints fans.
and they are not doing so well
No,
lately. That
was brutal.
That was a hard game to
That
watch.
Cowboys game was brutal.
Yeah, that was well, good for you, Cowboys fans. Happy for you. I mean, no, they played very well. And anyway, does Alex? We'll just ignore that game. But does Alex watch football with you?
Yes and no. But like she'll watch a game, and she decided to watch that particular game with me, which made it even, harder. It was just brutal because, it's like she'll watch a little bit, and I'm just sitting there just depressed, and then she'll go, oh, is that another touchdown? Yeah, Cowboys just scored again. Oh, okay, so the other team, the one that's losing badly, that's your team? Yeah, that's my team. Oh, look, they scored again. I didn't know you can score this many points and I was just sitting there going, why don't you go to bed? Why don't you and let our creepy little white kid scare you to death? Why don't you do that?
Oh, God. Does she smoke, or is this just something she does with her fingers?
No, this is how I see her, because she's French.
Here you are.
Give yourself a round of applause today.
Yes.
Why not?
Well, when they're applauding, you're applauding them back, is what you were doing.
Yes, I was. That's what I was doing.
It's great to see you. And are you sleepy?
A little tired. I had a late night last night.
Yeah, I know. The Emmys were 2 nights ago, and yet you're still recovering.
Yeah, I think they were last night.
I know.
Oh, they were 2 nights ago.
Yes.
That was what you tried to tell me with your eyes, and it just went right over my head.
Yeah. So really, you played Marcia Clark, and you were brilliant as Marcia Clark. I mean, absolutely brilliant. You won every award possible. Are you still friends with her?
I am still friends with her. We email, and we haven't seen each other in a while. Her career, her work life has kind of blossomed as well as a result of this.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
She's got a TV show she's writing, and
Good.
She's a big superstar.
That's good. She should be.
She should be.
She deserves that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And last time you were here, you were talking about your obsession with Cher.
I am obsessed with Cher.
And you went to go see her.
I went to see her with 16 of our cast members and some crew members from American Horror Story. All flew on Southwest and went en masse to see Cher. Because Chaz Bono is on our show. And,
right.
Well, but we flew Southwest. We were in Group B, which was interesting, to say the least, because I like to talk to the pilot before I go on the plane, and when you're in Group B, you don't really get to do that because they're rushing you to sit down.
Right.
Because I like to talk to the pilots because I'm nervous about.
Group A gets to talk to the pilots?
I think Group A, they have a little bit more leisure time to get on. Yeah, no, they get on first so they can pop their head in and do what I do, which is ask them how long they've been doing this. And they always, without fail, say, today's my first day. Which
funny.
I don't find very funny.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. No.
Don't ever do it.
Doesn't it work in threes?
Yeah.
I thought it did. Really?
You have to wait to call it back.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's too soon.
Note to self.
So you asked the pilots how long, you're a nervous flyer?
Very bad flyer. I asked them what the maintenance log is like, how long they've been doing this, how much rest they've had, if anyone was knocking them back the night before.
Who's going to be honest with you and say,
I think I could tell.
I see.
I could
You
tell.
couldn't even see my eyes say that it's Tuesday. I don't think you could.
I think
yeah, it's okay to do it then. All right, let's talk about American Horror Story.
Okay.
Okay, it is really, really scary. And I was talking to you backstage about it. And it's, I mean, as you saw in that clip, it's a lot of energy because your character is either paranoid or I don't know if you're seeing things and they're real or not.
That will be revealed over time.
I see.
Every year we tend to have some sort of monster or supernatural element that kind of is designed to frighten people. And this year, what I think the big scare is about the show is the lack of communication that we have going on in the country between different political camps. And that lack of real communication has become the monster.
It's so scary because we can't tell what is happening.
I think that's by design, I hope.
Yeah. Because Ryan Murphy, who created the show, kind of based these phobias on real fears you have.
My personal phobias, which I don't know if
What are your phobias?
Well, I don't like clowns. I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of bees.
Bees, like just
like a buzzing little bee. It's not.
No, I understand what bees are. I'm saying, like, in what context? Like, just
Anywhere,
if you see
I could be carrying a small child, and if a bee came around, that baby's getting dropped.
Really?
Yeah, it's gotta go. I can't manage my feeling
You
about
could
it.
shield the bee with
Nope,
the baby.
No, I would
you
just be, I could have like the best meal I was ever just on the ground. I can't.
Really?
No.
Any sight of a bee?
Any sight of a bee will send me fleeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's beehives in the movie?
Beehives in the movie. Trypophobia, I think it's called. I may be not pronouncing that correctly, which is basically a fear of any holes that are clustered or nestled. Also a terrible word, nestled.
Which is like the beehives.
Beehives. I don't like the look.
That's
I mean, I really actually have a real problem looking at it.
Why?
So let me know when it's gone.
It's gone.
Thank you.
Okay, it's gone. What makes you be scared of the cluster of holes?
I just think they're disgusting.
A cluster of holes.
A cluster of then they're touching, and then like I can't look at a coral reef or a natural sponge.
Wow. A coral reef.
Yeah, they're all like, and then like there's a, there's like hollow and then touchy sides.
I don't
and then
understand that at all. And I didn't know that there's other people that feel that enough that there's a name.
I bet you someone in the audience has
Does
it.
anyone else have that? Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all
That's
of them.
about like 10 people of things that are clustered
really
together
gross.
with holes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It actually, there's a clinical term for it.
Wow. Wow, okay.
And it's disgusting.
It's not disgusting.
It is.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to show you what I did to welcome her to the show today, which was not nice. We'll be back.
I really like to clap.
We're back with Sarah Paulson, who loves to clap from American.
herself.
Imagine if you were scared of clapping. You could never do talk shows or anything. Yeah.
That wasn't good.
All right, no. So what?
Nope.
No. Here's what happened. So she got here today, and I thought, well, she's in scary movies and scary TV shows all the time. She must love to be scared.
No.
So I was waiting and hiding in her closet in the her dressing room.
What?
It was the slow approach best. I was going to scream, and I thought it might be. It was so slow.
The best part about it was how creepy you're like, yeah. I thought I needed to call 911. I wasn't sure if you were having a stroke.
At first, you didn't even respond because I was in there thinking of like going rah, which is the obvious thing, and then I thought, what if it just slowly opens and then out of the corner of your eye you just hear like,
ooh, it was really. Who was it?
Well, see, he should have like ducked his head around.
What is he gonna do now?
Nothing. I'm just. But he was behind you. But what he should have done, because you want the face to.
Is he coming? Is somebody gonna come out of there?
No.
That has happened.
No more.
There's something else.
No more. Nothing more is going to happen.
Are you sure?
That's all.
I'm really scared that something else.
No, nothing more is going to happen.
I just.
Okay, and it was a clown too. You saw it?
Yes, I did see it.
Okay.
I see you at the market.
I run into you at the market. That's where I see you.
Market occasionally, every once in a while. But you know, life is busy. Life is good, and you know.
Yeah, because for 3 years we haven't seen you in a movie. You're very picky, aren't you?
I am a little picky.
But do you read scripts constantly, or do you just kind of take time off?
I read nonstop, and I read movies for everybody. I read movies for men, dogs, whoever. And then if I find a part that I can flip into a girl's part, like me, then that's what I do.
Because this wasn't written for a woman; it was written for a man.
This was written for a man, yeah. So. Yeah, but you know, I think it's good to take time off because then when you come back, it's something special and something you feel good about, and people wonder what's going to be.
Well, I agree, and I can't wait to see it. But we'll talk about that in a second. So what do you do? So it's been 3 years. And you have kids?
I do.
How old are they now?
Charlie's 7, and Kit just turned 4 last week. Oh, he isn't 4. He's turning 4 in a week, but we had the party already. Yeah. Don't tell him.
Is that what happens in showbiz? You celebrate a week early?
Yes, yes.
And what kind of birthday party did Kit have?
Well, there was this freak rainstorm that happened. We'd organized it for the beach, and it just started pouring down with rain, and so I was running around trying to figure out what we were going to do, and we found a room inside, where they could be, and we brought in, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, and the balloon lady, and all the stuff, and there were these 2 sets of stairs, and basically the kids, all they did was go up and down the stairs. It was like, this is the best party we've ever had. They just went up and down the stairs and around, and that was it.
They didn't care about the Incredibles or anything?
No, they finally got into that, but it couldn't compete with the stairs.
Yeah.
Funny how that is.
I always think that's so weird, because people here do have huge parties for their kids, and really, do they... It turns out they just
we
want...
like it.
Yeah, you did it for yourself.
We do it, yeah, we do it for ourselves. A little drinking and cake and all that.
Yeah. So there was alcohol at the party, you're saying?
It's funny, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how that is?
Do you remember the first, I don't know if you know if this was Jody, but the first thing she did, she was the little girl in the Coppertone commercial. Yeah. This is the commercial.
Oh.
You probably didn't even have sunscreen on.
No, they tried to get the dog to pull down my pants over and over and over again, but he was not doing it. So they just had to, cut to the advertisement.
To the animation?
Yeah.
How would they try to get the dog to pull down? As a little girl, you're standing there and they're trying to encourage.
Like, yeah, they put, treats in my pants. But I will say this though, the original Coppertone girl on all of the posters had a top on. She had a little bikini top, and I refused to wear the bikini top, and I had a little tantrum, and it was on a houseboat, and my mom wanted to throw me off the houseboat, but so now the Coppertone girl doesn't have a bikini top. So it's kind of a revolutionary.
So you started the whole thing?
Yes, I did. The topless suntan girl.
Does she still have treats in her pants?
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. I don't want to continue in that line of questioning.
So I'm looking at everything today that you've been in, and it's just incredible. Taxi Driver, some of these films that The Accused, the Silence of the Lamb, Nell. And Panic Room. And do you have a favorite film that you've...
I think the best movie I've been in maybe was Taxi Driver or Silence of the Lambs, but I like Nell. I think it's the best performance I've given.
Yeah?
And, thank you.
Because you just had to be so free and...
Yeah, just it's a whole thing I had to learn about myself in order to play it, and I live in the real world where it's unsafe to be like Nell, and I just never had the opportunity or the privilege to really experience the world that way. So it was a big one for me.
Yeah, that's how I am when I go home every night, like Nell.
Yeah. Little Tay in the way.
Yeah. I actually did.
We hear that. I've heard that.
Did you see that I did that on the show?
I did. No, I live not too far from you, so occasionally I walk by and I'm like, oh, that's just not.
Hi. Hi. This is your first time on the show. I am a fan. I've been a fan since Orange is the New Black and Handmaid's Tale. You're fantastic, and
thank you so much.
So nice to meet you. So, don't tell me anything about the new season because I haven't seen it yet. Some people here at the show have seen it, but I don't want to know what's going on because it starts soon. But let's just talk about you for a second. So you just had a birthday and a one-year wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Kind of on the same day or what?
Well, first of all, I have to say, yes, this is my first time here, but I met you like really briefly one time. I know you don't remember because you're Ellen, but it meant a lot to me because you're Lord of the Lesbians.
I'm the Lord of the Lesbians, yes.
And I got that out. I had to say it. I got that out.
Okay. Where did we meet?
Probably at a lesbian event. But I go to those sometimes. I see you
at the meetings, at the lesbian meetings. Yeah, right.
But Yeah, I had to get that out.
All right. Well, it's nice to see you again, Ned.
Good to see you. Yes, I had one year anniversary with my wife. We went to Disneyland because we are both really big kids. She loves Disneyland. We actually went there the week right after we got married, so we went back. Keeping with the kid theme, I am turning 31 and wanted to go to Dave & Buster's. I don't know, that may still even be a thing that a 13-year-old may not even want to do.
Right, Dave & Buster's.
But see, you go there and you turn 21 and you realize, oh, this is how it's supposed to be because you can drink at Dave & Buster's.
Oh.
I
So that's what you did for your birthday, Dave & Buster's?
That's the plan.
Wow.
The plan is Dave & Buster's.
Oh, you haven't gone yet?
No, I haven't gone yet.
When is your birthday?
It's the 15th.
Okay.
It's tax day.
Yeah, which is today. It's today.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I might have requested party hats.
It was 2 days ago.
My birthday's 2 days ago.
Yes. Well, sometimes when you have a wild day at Dave & Buster's,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You don't remember.
You know, they keep that place open after midnight.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
I don't expect you to remember your whole birthday. So Orange is the New Black, that was a terrible ending, and people must be still very upset about it.
People are really affected by it, yes. I get a lot of congratulations sometimes on the street for being alive, which is, sometimes we need to stop and think how wonderful that is.
Yes.
You know, because I am alive.
Yes.
So that's great. But Poussey, unfortunately, her time is come and gone, but she lives on through people's hearts and through me being alive.
Yes, exactly. So now Handmaid's Tale. This is such a great show, and it's so scary because it was written a long time ago, and it was like this concept that you think, oh, there's no way anything like this could happen in the world, and it's very relevant. It's like almost scary.
It is scary relevant. You know, a lot of times when I'm, you know, we go to these award shows and there's people with signs and stuff saying that, like, you know, you're going to hell or whatever, but then you've got these other people in the handmaids costumes, and they're just standing there not saying anything with a sign that says resist, and you see how much it permeates the culture that we're living in right now. It's everywhere.
Yeah, well, I love that. I love that you see people dressed like that in protest to say, this can't happen. So it's a very heavy set, obviously. It's a very heavy subject matter, and everything about it is heavy, and I understand you play one of my games when you're on the set.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
It's, that's actually a real, Hot Hands.
Hot Hands.
Is a game that I have brought to the set of The Handmaid's Tale, much to the chagrin of some of the PAs and the AD staff there.
Why?
Because we get really loud when we play it. And there's actually this one lady on set, she doesn't have a foreign accent to me when we're you know, just interacting away from the game. But Hot Hands gives her an accent. And she goes really crazy, and we've gotten shut down a few times from bringing this accent.
How many times have I sent you that song when we're listening to it?
At least like a half a dozen times, and you're always singing it like at top volume.
Yep.
And I'm so impressed, man. You got pipes.
Yeah, well, it's once in a while.
Yeah,
once in a while.
you do.
Hey, congratulations on everything. I mean, you have just blown up. You're amazing. But since I've seen you, the last time you were here, you were talking about your book that just came out, New York Times bestseller. Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
And you just won Artist of the Year at the Americana Awards. I mean, come on. Artist of the Year.
I know. It felt really good. It felt really good. It was a tough year to be an artist, so to get that award this year meant a lot to me, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just doing so well. It just, everything, and, you know, when I was talking to you, you went out on your boat to try to write the book.
The end of the book, I was calling you on my boat.
Yeah, and then you were working, and the music kind of came out of the book, right?
Yeah, it really did come out of the book. Yeah, I kind of got up from the desk on the last day of finishing Broken Horses, and I walked from the desk to the piano, and I wrote the musical version of it, really.
Yeah. And then you were sending me songs that I was like, oh my God.
Little demos and stuff.
Yeah, it was so good.
You were actually the first person I sent demos to.
Yeah, and the one that's the single that's out now,
which there was another one that I picked, but you were right to pick the one you picked.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you did pick
Yeah.
a different one.
But they're all good. They're
I was
all
like,
good.
I hope she still sends me videos of herself singing this song at the top of her lungs.
Of course, and I told you, they play it on the radio all the time. And now you're going to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's October what? October
23rd, I think.
Yeah, and Jason Sudeikis is hosting. That's going to
Yes.
be a great
Oh,
show.
my God.
I love him.
I know, me too. I'm absolutely obsessed with him. I'm going to try so hard not to hug him and get too much in his personal space and just try to get close to that mustache.
Ted Lasso. I mean, how great is that?
Yeah.
But so now, are you just singing? Do you know if you want to do, do you want to do sketches?
I mean, do you think I should? Do you think I'm funny enough? Because my question to you is, do you think I could?
I do think you could.
Okay. Well, if you think I can, then I'm totally down. I mean, I'm absolutely down.
You don't need to do impressions or anything. Do you do impressions?
I don't. I only impersonate, like, my wife, which I shouldn't do. 'Cause
Let's hear it.
It's our anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you. I try not to...
Let me hear her.
Well, she's very British, and so she's absolutely as condescending as a person can be. She thinks absolutely everything I say is absurd, and right?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Thanks.
That could be any British person, though.
I know.
And how are the babies? How are the girls?
Oh man, they're really good. They're really good. Evangeline told me last night she wants to get a face tattoo of an orca when she grows up. It starts here and ends here. A head here, tail here. I was like,
Wow.
so she's just going to be an adult woman who just gets married and has a job with an orca face tattoo.
Yeah. Or not
That's
get a
the
job.
plan. Or
Yeah.
just never get a job ever.
Yeah.
And then my 3-year-old Elijah is just as funny and joy bomb-like as ever.
And they're going to be, tell people what they're going to be for Halloween.
Oh, we're all going to be from The Legend of Zelda as a family, so yeah.
So,
Current Zelda, Breath of the Wild, like the 3-year-old she's going to be Urbosa. And Evangeline's going to be Zelda, and I'm going to be Link, and Catherine's back and forth between a horse and like the baddie, Ganon, like the bad guy.
So you're into Nintendo?
I'm embarrassing into Nintendo, yeah.
Like way into it?
Way into it, like the original 1986 Nintendo, but then recently I've got the new one, and no one ever sees me anymore.
Really?
Are you into it yet?
No, I'm not into that. I like old school Galaga. I love like the old game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Yeah, we have one here that once I start playing, I wouldn't be out here.
Okay.
I would just be playing that.
Well, what are we doing tonight then?
I'm going to play
Just
that. As soon as I'm done, yeah.
Okay. You have a drinking game that goes with it or anything?
Yeah. Oh, sure. We can make a drinking game. It goes with anything. Your 40th birthday. So where did you do this? It was Joni Mitchell, Elton John, bunch of friends. Nice party.
It was a nice party, but it wasn't supposed to be a party for me. It was just supposed to be a jam, and they just kind of surprised me and made it into like a little party, and it was pretty surreal. I was definitely feeling like that was an odd way to ring in my 40th year, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
But so it was one of the, so she does these jam sessions at Joni Mitchell's house where different musicians show up and everybody just starts singing, and I've only been to one, but it was amazing.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. Ellen turned up in her pajamas, like the sweatpants with like a bottle of something, and wound up just like cracking me up. In fact, I saw some footage of you singing with Jennifer Hudson, and it really reminded me of you singing with Shaka that night and how hilarious that and amazing it was.
Shaka Khan, I mean, Shaka just every once in a while, yeah! Like no matter what anybody was singing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was great.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm going to just soak in this moment because you are my first talk show guest ever. Yes. I'm going to always remember this.
I'm your first.
You are my first. Listen, though. No, seriously, you are my first. I am on your show, The Shy.
Yes.
Our show now.
I know. It's
really, I'm claiming it too.
It's your show, pretty much.
This is my first time ever being a actor on a television series as well. So
wow.
Second first.
Wow.
Okay.
Lots of firsts.
So tell me something about yourself that a lot of people don't know. What was your first job that you ever had when you were here in Los Angeles?
Well, you know what's interesting? I actually worked at Blockbuster in Chicago. And because I love the job so much, for those of you who don't know what Blockbuster means.
Right.
Because some of y'all were like, what is this you speak of?
There's still one more left, and I went to visit it, by the way, and it was amazing. But it was a place where you went to go rent movies. You couldn't just sit at your house and pick something. You had to go walk around, check out the new releases, try to find something old but good.
Okay.
And so I was like, when I moved to LA, I was like, I want to transfer this job because I loved it that much. And they let me, and I worked at a Blockbuster that's no longer there.
Wait, you
it was
transferred Blockbusters?
Transferred it.
Okay.
I was like, yo, let's go.
You wasn't sure if you could just come in and get a job at another Blockbuster?
No, I love that you tried to call it Blackbuster. I would have done so well. No, but I'm still like that. You can literally like name an actress, like a year, like a plot line, and I can give you the movie.
Okay, well, this is what I want you to give me right now.
Go for it.
Let's talk a little bit more about The Chi.
Yes.
For those who haven't seen it, tell everybody about it.
Well, The Chi is basically sort of a coming-of-age show about people living in the city, but also you don't have to be, I think, a teenager to still be coming of age. You know, all of these characters are still figuring out who they are and who they want to be. And we're making our 5th season right now. Look at us.
Yes.
In the frame. And so it's a blessing. You know, I think to have a show be on even for a season or two is a blessing. But for people to be with us this whole time and to rock with it and to be invested in these characters like yourself, Rosalind. Rosalind's getting into a little trouble this season.
Yeah.
And so we're just really blessed, and we got season 5 coming.
Okay, I want to say thank you for bringing me on the show and making me a part of the family. But here's another one that you did.
What?
You made my very first week of filming, I had to film a sex scene.
You did, yeah.
I was like, what?
Well, you're a sexologist. You should have been the consultant.
I like how you play that.
Yeah.
I like how you play that.
You know, we got to write more of that
when
in
you
there.
do it on camera, but I felt like I did a good job.
You slayed. It was amazing. It was very believable.
I bet it was.
I bought it. I bought that you were having a good time.
Oh, well, you know. Anyway, I love having you on here, Lena. Thank you so much for being my very first guest.
I'm honored.
You see, I like that because you just barely move and you got it going on.
I got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Thanks for coming out and dancing. I like when people come out and dance.
I love to watch you dance.
Oh, thank you.
You have a lot of rhythm, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, wow. I'm working on it.
And you guys do too, all the dancing in the crowd. Good times. Good times.
I'm trying. I'm stuck in that same era, though. I've got to learn some more. I really do. Because, see, that's why I see that, and I think I don't have to move that much. I just have to do a tiny bit, and it's better.
I'm going on tour real soon, and the choreographer that's doing my tour always told me, like, especially when you go to places, the less movement, the more people watch you, because they're like, wow, you're still getting it, but just a little...
Yeah. I'm going to work that. See? That's what you have to do.
That's all you need to do.
All right. What if I even do less? What if I just go...
That's all you need to do. And it's just everything all together. It's beautiful.
I got a new move now. Now, I was saying that you've been working since you were 3. You were on The Cosby Show. Do you remember that at all?
I don't remember that much, actually, to tell you the truth. My mom tells me a lot of the stuff because she remembers, you know, more than I do. But what I remember are the smells of cigars and soul food and what the floor looked like when you walked into the studio.
Wow, you remember that?
I do.
And you did it for how many, 3 years?
3 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's incredible to start. But you started even earlier than that as a model.
At 2.
At 2 years old, you were a model.
Modeling and doing commercials. I did Cheerios and Cool Whip.
So you had to eat all that stuff all the time.
All the
over
time.
and over and over again.
It's Cheerios and Cool Whip.
Yeah. That's amazing. So you don't. What do you do for fun besides going out? What's your hobby?
My hobby, I paint.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? What kind of painting?
I take wooden blocks and I paint enamel on them, and they're very, very intricate because I do it when I'm mad, when I'm angry. I do really, really small pieces of artwork. And I go to the gun range.
When you're mad?
Not when I'm mad.
No.
Not when I'm mad.
You go to the gun range when you're happy.
I go to the gun range since my movie came out and it's #2, College Road Trip. I went to the gun range.
And what kind of, what do you shoot?
A sniper rifle.
A rifle? And what do you shoot at?
A piece of paper with a you know, the target.
Yeah.
Target.
And are you good?
Uh-huh.
How long have you been doing this?
I went on tour with my second album when I was 13 on a military base. So I used to go to, you know, the different ranges on there, and they were like, Raven, try this. I was like, okay. So, and ever since.
They're handing a 13-year-old girl a gun?
No, it wasn't loaded. It wasn't
All right.
anything. I just held it, and I, you know, whatever. But also, I'm from the South.
Well, so am I.
But I mean, in Atlanta,
We
you go
all
in the
shoot.
backyard, and you have the BB guns.
So you shoot rifles and pistols at the gun range, or just rifles?
Shoot a lot of different things.
A lot of different guns.
But I'm 22. I can do it. And we do it when I'm not angry. It's like
right.
You do it in a tasteful way, but it's just, you know, it's just a little.
No, I understand. I've done that to prepare for a movie I did, and I had so much fun. It's because all you can concentrate on is that target, and it's a fun thing. It's scary though, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about the #2 movie that you're in right now. You're the lead, which is very exciting.
And I executive produced it.
Oh wow, you did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you.
I did. College road trip with Martin Lawrence. Very excited about it. Walt Disney Pictures has just been amazing this whole entire time. Martin Lawrence was amazing too, Roger Kumble, the director. And Donny Osmond is in it, and there's a pig. And that's all I can say. There's a pig.
And there's a pig.
And there's a pig.
They're smart.
They are. They know what they're doing, Disney.
Yeah.
They will get them kids and pigs and stuff.
Is it a pot-bellied pig?
It's a pot-bellied pig.
They're smart. All right, well, it's #2 right now, and I love Martin was here, and it looks very funny, and congratulations. I love that you executive produced it.
I love that I executive produced it.
You're doing good.
I'm trying.
All right.
Okay. Is that your move?
Yeah.
Ready?
That's it. Ready? That's all. In the future, people will dance like this on the floor.